50 subs on my YouTube, and I'll just call it a day. Just know when I got 50 subs.
There we are. I've pressed it, boys. We're on. There we go. Hello, everyone. It is myself, Shadow, and Kevin. We're little bit late. Sorry, but we had to test the waters with Shadow. Is in a unique situation which we'll keep private. But trust me, it's a unique situation. He's done something. Some might herald him a hero. Some might herald him a bit of a what's the word? A bit of a not loon bag, somebody who acts spontaneously and doesn't think about the repercussions. So yeah, we're all good. Thank you, Shadow. Thank you, Kev. You want to say hello?
Yeah. Hello, everyone, and I hope you're all doing well. And I don't know what tonight's subject is, but we'll just go with the flow and just see how it flies. And if Kevin likes to interject, that'll be good.
You give me a chance. Evening all. How we all doing? Hope everybody's well. Good to see you. Just getting in the room now. Love to you all. Thanks for joining us. A bit spontaneous, and yes, having a bit of a sorry we're late. We're just getting over the shock of where one of us is broadcasting from. Fucking brilliant. Made my day. That's the best thing that's happened all year. I can't believe it. What a result. That's just yeah. Fair play, you Shadow.
Yes, the sentiment is echoed by I. The title is simply Shadow Kevin Indi.Open mic. I've used the thumbnail. It's an old data cassette. You don't know if you'll remember the Amiga and so forth with the 3.5 inch floppy disk there, but that says Nookie on it. The class of 92 to 94. It's an old rave, just image that I had from back in the day that I thought I'd use because we're all.
Limp Bizkit did a song called Nookie.
Really?
Yeah. The Nookie. And you can take that cookie and shove it up your
This one is Cloud. This one is I believe it was Cloud 9, a rave track from the early to mid 90s, Heading the Clouds, Cloud 9. It's 4x4 acid house from back in my day, but I thought we're all old school, so yeah, we'll say hello to the room. You can see it, Kev. I can see it. Shadows just audio, yeah.
I'm just refreshing. Just been in and give it a like.
Oh, density. All right. Just reading the chat. See what the chat's saying.
Yeah, we'll have an open chat. We'll see how everybody is, what the topics are. If anyone's got any questions, comments, feedback, praise, grumble, let it flow.
Yeah, man.
And
if you want to, I'll talk about it, all sorts, man. I'm not bothered. I'm just go with bills of exchange and the bills of sales, how you can register for your company. I've done a lot of research into state immunity and how there's a Rashida state or something. They had civil war, and it talked about how states can't be recognised without the recognition of the Commonwealth. So, and it's all governed by the Insolvency Act, the registration.
You're very deep, you Shadow. You do get into the inner workings of. I like that about you. You can just go with the flow and explain the black abyss and its connectivity. Yeah. I just want to say if we can see the room and say hello to the scribes, Go Mad, Alan. I think Jerry was there. Mew Mew, is that how you say it? I'm not sure. Yeah.
Sounds like an off biker mice, that.
Bless you. You would know. You would know that, Shadow. I'm in a little bit shock as to where we're going to go after the revelations, but we'll have to excuse Brother Shadow for his unique positioning there. We'll keep it a secret, but what he's done is commendable. It's landed him in some hot water, though.
I don't think we should broadcast it, especially thinking of where he is at the moment. They might not appreciate it You might have to pay a price. I mean,
I call it a Groundhog Day. He went Groundhog Day that went wrong.
proper wrong. Fair play, mate.
Oh yeah, section 3. See, section 3 of the 30 of subsection 3 says where any person under obligation is to endorse a bill in a representative capacity, he may endorse the bill in such terms to
Excellent.
a negative personal liability, which is clear cut.
What did you say?
Yeah.
Can you repeat the thing about delivery? Let's go back to when we was off the chat and go to what you said about delivery. That was interesting because we talked about and you Shadow everyone. Brother Shadow thought he'd come along and test, and I think I passed the test. He was quite happy about that. But this is what he said. Go on, brother.
A bill payable to order is negotiated by the endorsement of holder completed by delivery, and the bill is with subsection 2 a bill payable to the bearer is negotiated by delivery, which is subsection 2 of the section 31, but subsection 5 brings it to light where a person under obligation to endorse a bill in a representative capacity, he may endorse the bill in such terms as to negative personal liability. So that means to me is to avail liability in rem. In rem means to avail liability on the trust, which is in which book is it?
What have you just read? What have you just read from? What was that that you just read from?
It's from Hating the Mixtures, Text Cases and Materials of Law, Trust and Equitable Remedies.
Okay, thank you.
That's the book I read. I've got a series book collection on the Insolvency Act and how that works. It's basically registers and company registers.
And the word you said previously, was that REM as in Romeo Echo Mikey in REM, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've covered,
Yeah,
because I did ask a question on Facebook, SPOs and maybe Tube, what is the difference between actions and, I can't remember the exact phrase that I put now, actions and something in REM and in propria persona, or just in persona. What's the difference, REM and persona? Is it things, objects, and I know where you might be going, yeah. It was interesting.
The difference between them both is in REM takes away the liability, and then persona, equity acts in persona, doesn't it? So it's in person.
Yeah, but
so the difference is really one takes away the liability and one acts in persona. That's the best way I could put it personally. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, and you look at the equitable maxims and they got the word person in there and aiding persons and that on the, and etc. So, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you've got the right angle on it. Yeah, definitely. Just not many, you see, there's not many scribes, whatever. I don't know if you've seen that post that would mention or look at REM and persona, the different capacities of which man has, to use or to play. When we say state of standing capacity, there you go.
Just go and get me legal.
He's a joy, isn't he, Kev? He's a pure joy.
Just go and get me dictionary, man. There's two of them. There's two of them in REM and in where's it? In.
It's all right.
He's going to get us a few bars now. Get the guitar out, Shadow.
Yeah, that's me flicking through my book in persona.
Give us a bit of Folsom Prison Blues. Johnny Cash.
Ring of Fire. Oh, aye. Never mind King, he's going to sing about the ring.
Come out of one of them.
Oh, what was it?
Well, what are you looking for? What does he want to talk about, Shadow?
I'm trying to remember something in mate, yeah. We spoke about him, didn't we?
Yeah.
Just then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Bless him. So
I was just checking the dictionary.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, crack on. I'm just checking the
I'll
room.
read it.
I'm scrolling up the room.
Okay. It says in or against the thing, significant against the res or the thing. In the res, put the trust into the res. That's what I was looking for. The res. So.
Yeah, that's still considered the asset which is in the trust. It's assigned a res as it's named like whatever you're protecting or the equitable asset. The asset itself, whatever it is, would be the res, would it not? Yeah.
Yeah, land title. Land title is an asset because you put that into a trust, and you can protect that as the three certainties.
Yeah.
You've got settlor, beneficiary, trustee.
If you've got the title to it, wait. If you've got the title to the land, then you will have what? You'll have a deed, and you can put that deed into, can't you? And then that will be protected.
Yeah.
Will it? Yeah. So it wouldn't so much be. Let me cut to the chase because I can see where you're going. If you've got the title to something, then the way we prove that, yeah, you got the title. That's right, bang on, and then you'd use the deed if you would have access to that to prove, and you put that in the trust and protect it that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not. I don't know.
So it's title rights and interest, isn't it, really, if you think about it? Yeah. That's how trust works. It's if you look at the Judicator Act, it's the fusion between the common law and equity. That's how I would describe that.
What do you think about Lord Denning's? Lord Denning's quotes as well to back things up as well, isn't there? With all of this, where you was at before, we've had confusion in the. We'd argue we've got many financial ways of looking at it, and yeah, you're right. There is a fusion which the freeman and the constitutional areas missed out upon, which is a key area of defence and argumentations like notice of proceedings, actions made in rem and in persona. That's a key area there. They would never have said that sentence. They will never say that sentence. But intellects and minds such as ours, Kevin, me, you, and others, we ask why is the Latin in the language? What are we speaking here? We find stuff out. So the merger of the king's conscience and the courts and the actual let's say de jure and by trial by jury is limited now to the higher court for criminality, whereas administrative arbitrary it's a crying shame, and each man can choose his own defence. Kev's chosen, and made his decisions. You have and I have. So this is why we are where we are. Yeah, it's an interesting area. It's quite technical though. It's not for everybody, which is why we help each other and double check.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rule number one is keep it simple. If you keep it simple, it's so delightful because you always get remedy if it's simple to the eye and to the ears. The ones who have eyes will see, and the ones with ears will hear.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. I want that one.
Yeah, let's have a look in the room. Let me see if there's any questions, any comments. How are ye? What say ye? Anything you'd like to say? Did you enjoy today's little rendition of Admiralty Maritime? What go on there? I thought that was necessary once more in light of the horrific goings-ons.
I enjoyed that today.
Did you? Did you? Oh, good. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you very much. It's yeah, about time we went through that basic again and said thank you to the ones that have already done the groundwork. All we've done is a little bit of trimming and modification, and continuous as the generation after us will do with our work. It's yeah, so it's important we grasp this: admiralty, maritime, sea, land, air, legal, law, public, private, liability, jurisdiction, proof of, and so forth, conditional acceptances, and not being hostile. But look where it got that, various families. The latest one to be made an example of is, the claims made by the Rashids and the subsequent coverage on Sky News and what we're hearing and seeing about people reporting man's right. If the government are writing in legislation, we need to check that they're not writing the road to hell in the form of, if you are suspected with any kind of an issue biologically, then they can do what they want with you to some extent. There's a lot of hoo-ha going off. Like, remember the time, Kev, we had that post about legislation and whatever, and we looked into it and it turned out not to be as it was, hysterically
Yes.
reported. So, but I am worried and concerned as to what go on and how it go on, which is why we're doing the work and manoeuvres we're doing to prove and show you. It's very concerning now in many areas. How do you feel about it all, Shadow? You've been involved in the queue. You've been looking at that and having a say, have you, and promoting it.
Through my own eyes and through other trustees and they're unconsciously doing symbols which I spotted, and I kept seeing key formations where I was in those capacities, in other trustee capacities as well, where they keep me as a trustee and taking their juice, I'd call it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. But they're none the wiser. They just think, turn up to work, get paid, and pay bills. I spoke to a woman and she thinks she'd get arrested for not wearing a mask. This is how serious it's getting. People think the right to go in slowly until they get that vaccine. That's what they're trying to push, I think. And it'd be sad to see me fellow man trying to accept that vaccine, but I won't be taking it.
No.
That's for certain. That's why I took the tablets instead of the depot. That's what I'm going to say on that situation. But if you'd like me to interject in anything else, I will do.
No. I'm just interested in why you was looking at the Q, Anon, and Trump, and you giving priority.
The Q was not because it offered something new to me. I keep saying I saw something on the Q post. Look out for Mark Madness in January time. He posted it in February, March Madness. It happened. I was like, oh my God, Q predicted this with
to some extent, it's all very ambiguous and not very provable and written in code. But Dave and Kevin said pretty much the same at the beginning of the year on this channel, and we're not connected with any network or anything other than what we've fully disclosed to you. So it's I'm just worried that sometimes it's what we pointed out is that those that believe something without knowing it's a faith to some extent, to some it can be a religion. Religions are often based on strong faith and belief, And then we have the other side of the fence where we know and we have the tangible facts and the material evidences and the peer reviewed and the substance over the form. So why would we suddenly jump over to a realm which is foreign to us, dangerous, not guaranteed? And we've stopped listening to doctors and we've put billionaire tycoons on the airwaves and started listening to Bill and Mark and so forth. It's insane. There's these side effects of this 5G technology are apparently similar to what's been added to here in the. I've heard some rumours of the grapevine and microwave radiation poisoning side effect is being added as symptoms of COVID-19. It seems that we've got some correlations there which are factual. We look at the facts there and the evidence is too, and the government buying the wrong style masks and wasting money and not being able to perform and causing further deaths unnecessary through unconscionable acts, trustee failure, furnishing their friends' pockets, duplicating figures, counting left glove and right glove and doubling your stock overnight, ordering insufficient equipment. It's just on. So, what do you take the injection from a bunch of monkeys? It's an insult to monkeys to call them monkeys, to be fair, because monkeys wouldn't do much as a rubbish job. I yield quickly, somebody else.
Fucking hell. It's outrageous,
Okay.
yeah. It's going to be as effective as the flu vaccine's been. Rushed out, double quick time, guinea pigs, no thank you, no chance, absolutely not. You'd be a fool. But unfortunately, there's a lot of fools out there.
I did say, and this isn't because you've said fall, keeping the subject, but just changing the thread because of that word. I did say to Shadow after his recent actions of, like I say, he'd be heralded a hero by most, I think, but after his recent actions, I did point out that there was a man commonly known as Mark from the family Steele, and he was talking on BBC Radio 4 the other morning, midday-ish, I forget, maybe 11, 12. And he was being interviewed as an expert in technology and weapons and was mentioning in the same paragraph COVID, 5G, immune system suppressor deployed, health and safety. And I was like, I actually stopped the day and rang Kev and says, I don't believe what I'm hearing. BBC mouthpiece of Radio 4 has got this man on telling everybody, introducing him as, and then I'm like, this is amazing. This is like... I can't believe what I'm hearing. I'm lost for words, Kev. So
He's gone off grid. He's not on Facebook anymore.
I know he's still around. He's doing the work, and he's obviously he's not that off the grid. He was on a public national network, fam, saying being interviewed about his knowledge base on similarities and weird stuff and what could be. I'm not able to say I only heard a bit of it, but I will be reviewing it. And I sent him a message saying, "Well done. That was a good thing done there by any means."
Yeah.
And open.
And also,
Go on.
He was on speaking to that Kate Shimmerani, the natural nurse in the toxic world. Her legal knowledge now. She's very good at nurse knowledge, but her legal knowledge is coming on. She's getting there with it. I can see that in her.
I think I know who you mean. Yeah, that's been on about. Yeah, on the rounds. That's a strong sister that wants to see stuff happen. Yeah, we need an open inquest. Is what we need. What would solve this? Simply an open inquest. Yeah, and we crack on with that and see what go on, and we have access to. Not foreign corporate friends of friends and pencil voting. It's nothing going to be like that. Where remember that we gave them pencils to vote.
Well,
open inquest to sort this out once and for all. Get to the bottom of it because our blood is in danger of these buffoons.
Tracy Blackwell was on here as well. So she was on here a couple of months back.
What's that, Shadow?
Tracy Blackwell was on your channel.
Oh yeah, she was chatting and saying hello. Kevin was having a chat and saying we were interacting. Yeah, we were quite busy on holiday.
Yeah, man, she's alright, Tracy. Very, very proactive on the streets, and rightly so. but I think we need to be all come together in the courtrooms and do it in their own capacity to get a remedy or get some form of writ. Because I don't know how we move forward or.
That's our job. We're going to sort that out. Kevin and I, a few of them, we're working together. We've done an appeal, a call out. We have some incredible chess moves to play to create checkmate, part the commercial intercourse seas, and head over to dry land, and then all should be well. We have some moves left by the 21st of the 12th, 2020. There will be deliverance, I assure you.
20 of the 12th, 20 of the 12th, 20 should be an interesting day.
It's an alignment of 6,000 years that is professed, I do believe. So the solar planetary constellation, our solar constellation, the solar system lines up. So allegedly it's said. Also from 2012, 7-year warnings, if you've heard of harbingers of death that are written as warnings, as prophesied, biblical. When I say harbingers of death, from the Father Creator, revelation type scripture text, and in the end of days before Armageddon, when the days shorten and they go black, there was a warning, and because of the calendar mix-up, that 2012 Mayan calendar may have actually been a different culture. I won't go into that now, but 2012 was not the end of life as we know it, as prophesied, and it may have been a cyclical timing of the zodiac, but because of our Gregorian calendar, away from Enoch and so forth, we're out of kilter with the 2012. So there's actually a lot of a mess, but there is a 7-year warning from 2012, which brings us to 2019, the final of the 7 years. Yes, and that would take you to the December point, and that apparently as well, it's two conflicting stories I've got, but they're both calendar based. One is the alignment of the, and Claudio's looking into this with us, solar system of the 6,000 years, and the charging and the scribes back in the day saying the heavens had come down, and then there's another theory saying that, as I've said there, it's just madness, but we will see what happens in that time. What we do counts, we're sitting there relying on Q to bring the Sara Jasaras, just not our style. It might suit others, and you might, get solstice from that, but it seems to do more damage than good, as far as we're concerned. Kev, no?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't see that's going to benefit anybody. It sounds great, but the fact of the matter is, if we've all got it, everything's relative. So everything would be cost, against what money's available. So nobody's really going to be any better off.
I'm worried about souls, not money, me. I'm seeing blood being spilled and souls and rights and the land and seizure. I'm thinking we're dishonouring the veterans and the soldiers and the ones that have passed and the great battles as well. It's so those that, what is it written there? And I'm not having a go at Kev. I'm speaking generally for the continents here that support this kind of gesture and movement. Those that fixate and the sole pursuit of money is the root of all evil, and you miss a lot of what's going off when you divert and fixate and go on Twitter and follow, and a few hours have passed and Beirut bombs and whatnot. We thought we'd seen the last of that. Apparently it was a firework explosion. Sorry everyone, and that kind of force was given from a firework factory. I stand corrected. Incredible, yeah. We think about that.
Crazy. As a proper hole. Ain't no fireworks did that.
But then, like I said, I did hear a story about, what did I say that chemical was now?
Ammonium nitrate.
Yeah, on a boat, and the boat was unseaworthy. It was arrested. The cargo was taken off, stored in a warehouse. It's got particular strict conditions. It must be stored under there, otherwise it can go bang. And apparently it's degraded and not been stored and gone bang. So, again, we don't know what to believe there, but it did look like a big boom.
Where was this chemical obtained from? Where did they get it from?
They've tracked the shipping, and it should have gone to one place, but it ended up in another. And I couldn't go through all of that now. I just did a little bit of research before, just curious as to see what the thread was on the stories. That was horrific. Good lord, that's 10 miles away. Windows smashing. That's a sonic boom that not even Guile from Street Fighter could, that would take. That's a lot of megaton energy. But still, yeah. Who knows? We'll find out or not.
PlayStation. That's all I'm gonna say. Since been put into my new palace.
Let me see in the room. Let's have a look in the room. See what they are on with and saying. Let's just check in. Michael's in. Easy now. Claire.
Wendy's in. Evening, Wendy.
Looks me has kept a Nokia 2G. Good on you.
I've got a couple of them here.
Snake. You snake addict. Go on, carry on. Sorry, man. Just found that amusing.
Quinn, hello, mate.
What we're saying? What go on? Simon, I think I've seen Simon there. He's gonna quasi in rem. There we go. He's off there. He knows it. Easy. In rem against the thing in propria personam, proper person, legal person, natural person, for legal rights in rem is used to strip away legal rights, steal property and offspring. I couldn't have put it better. That's what exactly you was. Would you agree with that, Shadow? Did you see his comment there?
What was the comment? Because my comments are a bit slow.
He's put in rem is against the thing, in propria personam, proper person, and that's your legal person or a natural person.
Right.
For legal rights in rem is used to strip away legal rights and steal property and offspring. Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
Knowledge is
That's
good.
spot.
That's the trickery of the, when you say keep it simple, and it's quite a bit, we didn't complicate it, and it's not our society, it's not our realm, is it? So it's hard to keep it simple. When you say that, we have a way now, after research and discovery, there is a clear path for many continents to possibly consider. That would be universal, unified technology, not individual country's constitution, which is not going to benefit man across the realm because each country's constitution is different. So, it's hard to keep it simple sometimes, and the technicality of all of the layer of the cake keeps us sometimes in that confused, chaotic rhythm, and sometimes we forget to come up for air. So that's just what we've done recently, come up for air and gone back down bobbing again.
Yeah, treading water for a bit longer.
That's the higher side. That's the higher side of knowledge.
Excuse me.
Rapid eye movement, REM. Comments about the 3G, 5G, 2G noted. We noticed in 2012 that the bees weren't happy. Whenever the environment sends us a signal, it's a bit like when you get one of them pains and you get a bit older, like dad age, and you think, oh, I'll see if that. When you're younger, you used to run to the doctor thinking you were dying, but when you get to dad age, you're like, oh, what's that? Oh, I didn't have that last week. Where's that come from? I don't remember hurting myself, and you'll carry it around and walk it around and walk it off, and that your body gives you a signal there's something wrong. But dads, they're like, it'll fix itself, I'll fix it, I'll get rid of it. Yeah, but you can't bend your finger or your knee or something, it'll be all right, I'll sort it. We have a way. So the bees, we have a way of knowing. The body talks to us, don't ignore it. The animals, the kingdom, the bees not being able to locate was a concern because of food, and they provide a lot of the food. We'd have quite a bland palate if they didn't do what they do. And it's just concerning when the environment speaks to us and we ignore it. It'll be right. How will it? Okay.
It'll come out in the wash.
The technology, when we install it, it's we can all see it's not beneficial. And that's not a conspiracy theory. That's actually 2,000 scientists and disclosure, isn't it? And evidence. Well done to you all. Yeah.
Yeah.
You all right, James? You're okay, lad?
Yeah, I'm just getting comfy.
Right.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just getting comfy.
Get your assistants to help you.
Kevin.
Yeah, I'm away with my thoughts. I'm just looking forward to when this bullshit ends, because it can't go on forever. But you never know with the deep state. They want to keep it on for as long as they can. Well, you've got good things of 50% off food when you eat out. That's about it.
No, well, yeah, but you might die. There's a catch there, lad. You could actually, not that we are in solid belief of anything because of the bureaucracy, politics, and changing of many things here. I don't know what go on, but allegedly, there's a chance of some of us not coming back. So yeah.
That's true. Tomorrow's a gift, isn't it, really? And today's the present, and the past will be. Past is the past, really. So you take each day as it comes, really.
In this day and age, we didn't used to. We used to have stability. We used to have solidarity. We used to have trust. I'm thinking of an old school house tune here coming in now as well, but I'll keep to the point. That was a good one, that as well. I nearly went with a melody and off into the. But we used to have. Why was government formed? Did you ever want to look into that? When was it formed? What was it formed for? Was it around about the war times to help out with the war, the formation of, and what did we do before that? How did we manage? And certain things that I've looked into of late that we need to consider again, because you've even got quotes of Reagan saying the problem here is government. I'm like, wow, okay. We've got lords, Jay. We've got an army of lords now that have actually echoed what we've said and done reports, and one's been done on a DWP, one's been done on the civil courts by a man called the secret barrister of 10 years. We've got all the evidences that you and I, Kevin, this channel and things have been going on about, talking about, bringing to the forefront, that were labelled conspiracy and Freeman, and even so much as the church and the papacy have come out with revelations of such. So the monarchy, the banking, all structures and industries, it's a very turbulent time, and just make sure you look after yourselves, each and every one, and focus on what is important, because there's a lot to distract you, is my point.
Can I just respond to Wendy just for a second?
Go on, Kev.
Wendy, isn't Kafife in the end we win? Something like that. I'm pretty sure. Right, carry on. I'm sure it's something like that, if I remember it correctly.
I'm not sure where we are, what we're doing here. I just was in the moment, and then. Is everybody okay? How are you feeling? What's happening around you? Anything to bring to the forefront? Any questions, comments, facts?
Have you been doing anything interesting in this past week, Dave?
Me, in this last week? Well, we're on Thursday, and I'm heavy in admin, sorting stuff out with the .com, improving documents, writing about Admiralty, Maritime, and birth certificates, trying to extrapolate some sense from years of research and a massive amount of pressure to protect. And we've come a long way. We've got at least, I don't know, 10 to 20 amazing instruments that we're now tailoring and re-editing. We're looking into international waters for support alongside everything else we've got, and I just want everything, back to how it was, or for somebody to say, this is what we're going to be doing, but nobody seems to be able to make a statement and stick to it. So this week, each week's just random, to be fair, for a lot of us, and we have no, like I say, stability or trust or confidence in these trustees and principals that are there managing. So it's a lot. It's busy. It's very busy. Just chatting and mans are noticing things and just keeping our
Yeah,
heads
they're
up.
trying to push this new normal bullshit and just I don't want it to happen, but I think further down the line, it's looking more and more likely that when they release this vaccine, which I won't be taking, hopefully not, because I don't want it. I want to. I don't want to die. That's the way I see it. I'm not trying to be too harsh on people. I'm just saying it as it is.
Well, I did like, there's a video that Anonymous put out about Bill Gates and the background behind him and his companies and where he's been and his ethics and his relationships. And they kind of called him out and said, when the whole world looks to science for a remedy and a problem for a possible pandemic, then I don't think you should be the self-appointed Samaritan and savior of the world, given your, effects there. And they pointed out evidences. I'm not here to get liability claims on the channel or myself, but what they did was quite. I don't support Anonymous for various reasons, but that video. That should make him sit up, and I hope they stick to what they've claimed there. It wasn't a threat. It was just, if you're gonna go and say you're an angelic type angelic savior, then actually be one, and don't be a sadist, ruthless shark pretending to be an angelic savior of humanity. Because if we look like what they said, and you look further, you will find all is not as it seems. Remember the story of the shepherd that keeps the sheep, and he's not just keeping them because he likes them. There's an ultimate end for that sheep, that lamb, the flock. And as he shepherds them, it was Hitchens that said this, I believe, Kevin. I got from one of his things, and it was just so funny. Would you like to continue it? Because I'm going to struggle to remember the eloquence, but I think I can. He likes the sheep too much was the end quote.
Like
Shepherd
them a little too much, yeah.
shearing. He might, before he eats them, he might shear them and
Yeah, fleece them.
fleecing the lamb, yeah, and then eating the lamb. So we've seen that these are quite stark revelations to our current modern civilization. But there's other thought leaders and channels and that and documentaries telling you you're a slave and we treat like animals and this, that, the other. And soldiers are dogs, as I pointed out today. Dog soldiers, dog tags, dogs of war in the Vatican, dog tired, and dog father, godfather. No, God, it's very, very entwined. And when you're looking into it and what the claims are with the adrenochrome, when you first hear about that, you just want to go away and cry for a bit and think, if that's what humanity's come down to, I need to get out. I don't want to breathe the same air as people that kind of enjoy life in that way at the expense of others, is the ultimatum there without going into it. So we find that all through time, these ones that claim the divine line of kings, the linearship of higher right and title and divinity, lord it over the rest. And we were all waking up to that premise, and I don't think we all agree with it, do we?
No chance.
Oh, the elite.
Right.
Not just kings,
You know what
the
I mean?
elite. If you got money, you can go up there with the kings, can't you, and join them and escape.
Yeah, that
Anyway.
Eleanor DeGarris was doing something with Tom Hanks, Run Forest Run, Four of Hearts and stuff. And Madonna was singing White Fish, which is old news, but it means something. They talk in symbology.
Yeah, they do,
That's
you're
what
right.
I meant.
Yeah, the cabal, yeah.
Yeah.
We saw that with the gates and they use their media outlets. Why do you think they cover one eye? Why do you think they stick their tongue through triangles? Yeah, they do. Beyonce, Jay-Z, Jim Carrey, actors, Martin Lawrence. Was it Martin Lawrence? No, it wasn't. It was, who was that guy that got kicked out of Hollywood for speaking out? And Corey Haim and the other guy.
Kevin Hart.
Was it Kevin
Is
Hart?
that
That's
him?
it. Kevin. No, I don't think it. Yeah, but he's one. Yeah, you're right. But it was another one as well.
He got
Dave
he was
Chappelle.
meant to be doing
Dave.
the Oscars or something, and he
Yeah, Dave.
tweeted, didn't he, and got slung out.
Dave Chappelle. Ricky Gervais is my hero now. I think he's the best man I've ever, because of what he's said and done. He's done another recent video the other day. But I think Ricky Gervais should replace Boris, and to support Ricky Gervais, we should have Jeremy Clarkson. Gervais and Clarkson will sort this out within a week. And I would love to see that. Boris, we've got a new recommendation. What? Well, Ricky, hello, come on. Clarkson, whichever, it don't matter. They both do an excellent job compared to these lot, you know. But sorry, I splintered. Dave Chappelle spoke out and said, yeah, and you're right, James, with the clues and the messages. It's in the music, like we've even come to see, you know, example and lyrics and old songs and Black Sabbath, rewound lyrics, reversed language. It's two fingers up to man from the man behind the curtain style, isn't it?
There's a band called Churches. They're a famous Sonic band.
Mm-hmm.
I always listen to their lyrics and the way they say things, and it's funny how they try and promote their own music through their own words and lyrics and stuff.
That's what artists do, yeah, that's the point. Yeah, that's what they should do.
Yeah.
I'm just checking the room, having a look here, and it's good to have heard from you. We've missed you. We wondered where you were.
Yeah, I mean, you do, but can't wait till we could actually all meet up again. Be class.
Well, you're going to have to wait, yeah, and plan that a little bit, yeah, aren't you?
Yeah.
We're going to have to look after you. Basically, what Kev and I have found out today is Shadow's been in a little bit of trouble, and he should have told us, one of us, somebody, what go on, but he hasn't. We've just got in touch with him, and he might be in a spot of trouble, and now I'm going to be worried about him, but we'll keep an eye on him. Bless you, brother.
Yeah, man.
We had been a bit quiet. We felt a disturbance in the force.
Well, the folks felt that for me. The Gestapo.
Poke the hole in the
They're
matrix.
looking after me now. I would say so. They put me in a room. I'll only be in here for a year. All I've got to do is just clean up and that, and I'll be sorted. Just keep cleaning and just say, you do this.
Soldiering on.
Just do it.
Soldier on, my brother. Let's just want to answer some questions in the room, and they are chatting. Yeah, have a look, catch up in there, and they are chatting away. Alan just said, what about creating our own identity cards? And we have got that on the way. I've got to make a phone call, speak to somebody, and look at getting a machine for the trust so we can have evidence of life and essence. Mark Thumb mark is a good identity and autograph. Many ways that we've talked about. Not that you would need one, but evidences of such things. We need to perfect the words there, but that's underway. And it will be. I'll update you on that, Alan. But anybody can do anything such as that, not just us. Comparable to names, persons, you know, and how they show their, you know, what is your name, your identity, if you have a name or if you have a calling, if you have an identity, and how you would evidence that is of your own volition, you know, so that's half the trick, isn't it? Wendy loves Ricky Gervais, but what about for Prime Minister? Prime Minister, can we have a national thing on that? Can we make that go viral? Ricky and Jeremy, are they up for the challenge? He'd make a show of it afterwards, wouldn't he? Though that'd be even better.
Absolutely, they would. They make it into good show. I loved it when he spoke out about the Hollywood elite. They didn't know where to put their faces.
Dog soldiers from Cirrus, the predator of the Draco. Now then, that's some nice midnight talk. That is. It's too early for that yet, but look at that. Interesting. Dog soldiers are from Cirrus. That's your Cirrus Dog Star, Cirrus A and B. the cannabis origination possibly into the predator of the Draco. The Draco are both a star system, the Draco star system, but also a type of beings that Ike says is kind of controlling through spiritual attachment of a multi-dimensional reptilian energy grabbing. So just from them two sentences, you sent me spinning looks. Thank you for that. Beautiful. I catch your drift. Gomad's comment about needles is not wanting them, doesn't like them, stay away. It's punctuation. Go on,
Don't
Kev.
blame her. I don't blame her. Well, as I say, you're protected. Don't forget. Try not to kill anyone if they come near. They're not going to get to be able to force. If you know what's covering you, you're safe as houses. It's got to be full consent, and that's covered under about 5 different international laws. So they're done. Plus the Hippocratic Oath. So.
Well, if you look at the Vienna Convention, speaks about exemption, travel, and all that caper as well.
The Vienna
There's a few.
Convention.
There's a few of them. There's a book on it as well.
A convent ion. Convent. We got to look at this.
Yeah, the Vienna Convention.
Right.
I think that's in Austria, isn't it? Vienna.
No, yeah, you're right. Actually, I've passed it. I've gone through it and remarked on the quality of its roads and its angelic beautifulness. It's absolutely one of the most finest places I've ever had the joy of travelling through. Compared to, I'm not saying that the other countries, when took our last to Hungary in the Iron Horse, and you come through Germany, out of Germany into Austria, from Austria, leading through Vienna, out of Vienna, and you need to head to Budapest, capital, Hungary, Budapest, and then that's the way you get from the capital to Hergaff in the stick. So I know that place very well, and it's they made a song about it, didn't they? It means nothing to me. Vienna as well. It's heralded for one of the most peaceful places. They hardly ever have protests or riot, or there's a lot of business deals done there. I looked into it actually, as you can tell, and I was like, Vienna, you sly little number there, sneaking in, being beautiful and quiet and businesslike and just in everybody's view, but not really obvious. And I was like, I wouldn't mind living here, Anne-Marie. I could build a log cabin there. There's a lovely lake. The sky is blue. There's no sirens, no dogs, no anything. I was like, almost a bit New Zealand-like, if you've seen shots of New Zealand and its unspoiltness. I was like, this is the life. This is what dreams are made of, babby. Sorry. Carry on, Shadow. Vienna's lovely. I like it.
It deals with exemptions on travel. I remember reading it on my other phone that.
Exemptions in what? Exemption in a?
Exemption from travel as a diplomat and stuff. It deals with diplomatic relations and stuff like that, which I spoke about before. Which I'll read something to you now. I'll get it up on my phone. I'll read it from the top and see what you think.
We have other ways of claiming immunity, and diplomats' legal land involves persons man cannot interface, and we have certain instruments of which we would call upon. I forgot what you just said you're going to read from, but we have ones that have got quotes from Bibles and Gospels.
I'll read it from the top.
What is it?
The effective non-recognition of state of government by the UK and in UK courts. Recognition is political judgment clothed in legal terminology as an act of political in nature, as such as the hands of the executive, the government of one state decides to confer recognition upon another, and generally the judiciary will follow, making the factually significant and carry out the political aspects of legality of rise to the power and emergence of the state of the government may be considered through in keeping with the principle preventing legal rights being derived from an illegal situation. The legal effects of recognition must differ depending on the severe considered international non-recognition has possessed lesser consequences than municipally if the state is isolated. It may be said for the international purposes declaring theory of recognition or as true recognition if status confirming and legal acknowledgement of facts already placed in political exercises of a state does not therefore depend on recognition but not by other states' legal standard does not either, or the unrecognised state is still subject and protected by international law despite its unrecognised state. This does not mean the ability of the state to function otherwise asserts its right is not affected. A lack of diplomatic relations may interaction with other states to the point that unrecognised states collapse. The lack of international recognition contribute to the fall of Rhodesia after 14 years. In the United Kingdom, can be said follow the constitutive theory, namely that legal rights and obligations of the state spring of act with recognition without foreign office recognition. The entity does not exist in the eyes of the court. This means that unrecognised states and its representative will not be granted immunities and can be sued, will not be granted, can be sued while not being allowed to bring claims as plaintiffs in Luther versus Sanger, a case involving station unrecognised by Soviet government. It's not established by courts. It must give effect to legislation recognised by a state wire. The case of lower courts and Soviet government at the time unrecognised. The case could not, however, proceed. The Soviet government had officially been Halley versus Kira and Wireless Limited No. 2. The Empire of Ethiopia was a de jure sovereign. Ethiopia claiming money from the British company in the capacity of the sovereign. The debt was recoverable in England. So the fact that Italy in the de facto control of Ethiopia did not prevent the legally recognised sovereign bringing the claim. He was successful, but the defendants appealed while the case was ongoing. De jure recognition was granted by the Italians. Halley lost his right to sue because of the recognition of the Italian control overruled by his position. He was no longer recognised as Emperor of Ethiopia. In the UK control, it was generally given from the state recognition. However, the situation may arise from government and control of this region is the same as government recognised. If you look at to be recognised in that position in Carlsweet Stufrig versus Rayner and Kiel Limited, the governing body of Carlsweet's organisation was set up by the General Democrat Republic, although it lost control, it was not recognised by the UK, which is still considered a Soviet Union, having the de jure authority in that area.
Did you say Ethiopia king and sovereign earlier?
That's what I've read here. This isn't This is the link I'll probably put KSI. KSLR.org. I'll send you the link.
You've covered up your mic. You've just covered up the microphone. Say that again, brother.
Alright, we might say, I was reading from the States about the Empire. What was it?
What did you just read from, Shadow? What was that you just read?
The States. It's the effect of non-recognition of the state governed by the UK. By the UK and in the UK court. So I'll send you the link. See what you think of it.
What was that, Kev?
Sorry, I was talking to the cat.
He's there, look, Kev's still there, yes. Alright, thank you for that. That was quite long-winded. And could you explain to us why you read that or why you find that interesting, what the relevance is? I can see through, I heard keywords and I more or less followed it, but your microphone's gone. Keep still. Keep still. Whatever you're doing, stop it. Keep still, please, and use the mic. It's all gone crackly and muffled like you're falling down a mountain.
Is it
Thank you.
okay now? Yeah.
Yeah, we're better. That's better. Yeah, thank you.
Sorry about that.
Don't let it happen again. We'll let him off, won't we, Kev?
Yes, of course we will.
Yeah, I was just trying to keep still.
What is it about that you've read, and what is it in English then for everybody listening? Why is that you thought that was? Summarise that for me, please.
Sure, it's basically going stop people from suing willy-nilly. But for me, the summary of that is basically to have recognition of states, basically, and the UK is basically the whole of the Commonwealth, isn't it?
We know about the UK, yeah, and what it is, and England and Britain and Great Britain and the Commonwealth, and yes, exactly, it's a tier.
It doesn't affect the claim of state immunity. The claim's still there.
Yeah, it's very technical and you see complicated. You said earlier keep it simple, then you read something very complicated, and I'm not having a go. I'm not pulling you down. I'm just saying that we can get lost.
Just
sometimes.
Confusing us, man.
I have posted, James and Kevin, I have posted inscribes on the channel now. I did put it on Facebook on the video link, and I will be putting it on the .com. There's a link somebody sent to me about, in light of the video I did with Admiralty Maritime and Hocum Pocum magic words. On the back of that, I now give to you to consider the information in the Immigration and Nationality Act, the National United States, and the citizen and persons and citizens and rescission, or what the actual correct terminology. I've put renunciation of US citizenship by persons claiming right of residence in the United States. This isn't my work. This has been given to me today, and I thought pursuant to and in order for. I just thought that consider that it's a legal, reliable source from Homeland Security. But I haven't got the link at the minute. I'll get it all tomorrow. But that's something just to mull over, and it's now on the community page. I'd like you to chew that over. If you are stateside, across the pond, James Payne, take note on the Indiglo. When you go to the community, you can read what I've put after the cast, all right, about, I think you'll enjoy reading that, where it comes from, the Supreme Court, the US Department of State, Homeland Security, all right, these are big names, renunciation of citizenship, what is a citizenship, and what they remind you about, like individuals who have carefully considered consequences, blah, 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 and it means that you are still going to be, dealt with for issues and crimes if you need to be. They point out, if you want to relinquish it, all of the pros and cons. So I want you to consider it. I'm not saying it's a remedy in any way, but it's just something to do
Shark
with
bait.
the embassy, Homeland Security, the US government, citizenship. This is if you don't want to be shark bait, ooh ha ha.
Shark bait is what you are if you're not careful.
He's sick of swimming. So it's just for mulling over. It's brand new, given to me today. I've never posted or seen anything like it before. So take it with a pinch of, and we'll come back to that. We have a different remedy as well, but this would be applicable to all continents with an embassy and a government of sort. Then you could follow suit quite simply. Interesting, boys, interesting. But can we look at wrapping up? I've got to get up early for my princess, and I don't want to sleep in. And we've had about an hour and a bit or something, I think, boys.
Yeah, that's fine.
No
worries.
You want, to talk a bit more if you want, it's up to you. I've got to go up and get up for gardening group tomorrow. That's where I'm going. They put me on a gardening course, so
Right.
I get free food.
Your mic's gone a bit weird again, Shadow.
Oh, I said I've got gardening group tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, we got that. Have fun. I hope it's going to be a heat wave, allegedly very hot tomorrow.
Yeah, mate.
So get ready, get your shorts out and
Keep your plums in the shade.
keep them watered. It's going to be a
Yeah,
warm one.
they put me on a gardening group now, so that's what I do. So
Well, they put you on a lead for that.
yeah, basically, yeah.
Oh, mate. Fair play to you. What a star.
Yeah,
A
man.
fucking hero, Shadow.
Oh. Cheers, man. Someone's got to take action.
Hopefully one day we'll be able to explain tonight.
No, Wendy, one of us hasn't had something to drink. Shadow's in a rather unique situation, and we're quite worried about him to some extent. So he's not drunk, he's just he's medicated, we'll say, for the want of a better word, maybe not self. And we did chat, and I did say, I don't know if we should go live, but Shadow said he'd be good. Not that he's naughty, but on this occasion, we'll be careful, and he can come on and say hello. We've missed him, and we just found out he's kind of a hero in some ways, and we got to keep it private for now. But in the future, we'll release it all.
Yeah.
If you stick with us, you will find out. But just give us time to digest and absorb.
Yeah, it could cause more harm than good at this point in time, so we mustn't go down that road.
Yeah, thank you, Kim. Yeah, carry on.
Yeah. But the absolute hero. Fair play to you.
Man.
Just get through.
I'll be with you for the rest of my life, man. Once I join this group, it's a marriage vow, man. Till death do us part.
Yeah, so that's how it works, fam. Yeah, you can't pick your family, so to speak, normally. You're born into it, aren't you, the lineages? But with this friendship, we learn to pick our friends, and then we learn about the ships and the friends, and we're all connected, made from the particles of the stars. So we are, in fact, a tribe, a family, and we can pick, each one. If you go out there, you're only a stranger until you say hello. Once the initial hello's gone, then the stranger's gone, and we're off. That's how I see it.
Yeah, that's so true, that. Oh, so true.
I would speak to Kev almost every other day, if not every day. Yeah, we forged good. I forged some good. What would I say? Alliances. Alliances. Yeah, it's been brilliant. Yes, and I don't know what I'd do without some of the scribes and contacts now. I'll be like lost.
Yeah, it's good. Turned into a good. I don't want to say relationship.
Crew, a good crew. I thought he was going to say crew.
Yeah, connection. Important connection. So we talk virtually every day. Had a day. I mean, it's rare we have a day off. If it happens, it's because we're both knackered, or that's all it is. But no, great connection.
like this one. You just don't read a comment like this in your chat feed very often. From Lux, drove up to Doonray last Thursday to collect a rescue cat. Bless you. Driving past Helmsdale was hell. New road on right edge of cliff top of the gradient of the road. Mental. Not been well done for surviving that. Did you look over the edge by any chance? Wow. Take care. You can even maybe needed rescuing. Going to get the rescue cat. It just reminded me of being on holiday when you're little and you're going on that cliff top adventure and the busman drives to the edge and you hit the window side looking down at the cliff. But yeah, it's been busy. Thank you all. It's been good to hear from you, Shadow, and
Yeah.
thank you for coming on. Thank you, Kev.
No worries. Thanks everybody for listening, being in the room, having a chat. Really appreciate it, as usual. Good interaction. Lovely to see all of you. Thanks very much. See you soon. Much love to everybody.
We'll be back.
Yeah, same with me as well. I love coming on talking to Dave and hopefully, I hope we can get Santos in the chat. I'd love to speak to Santos one day.
I don't know where he is and what he's doing. I haven't checked on him, but yeah, if he's free and available, he said we'd link up. I asked him for a chat with him and Jordan. I think I'm ready now to go on and I'd be able to be calm and just, yeah, let it happen. But yeah, we'll see. Availability, Southern America, is Mexico. I haven't spoke up, looked what he's doing for a bit, Jay. I haven't messaged him, chatted. I don't even know if he's still there, what go on. I've seen someone on the .com on about him travelling without a passport, and that's the only thing I heard about him. So I will check now you've said that and see if anyone, we'll see what we can do. Jordan's going on. He's well. When I seen him and Santos chatting, I was like, everyone, have you seen? There's a new video, and he's 2 hours or an hour and a bit. Jordan and Santos reconnecting, talking about what go on. Interesting, just yeah, incredible to hear the analogies, new ones, modern. So we'll see what we can do. Thank you, James. Thank you, Kev. Let's call it a day. Thank you, Scribes, as well. The room, the chat. What?
It's been a pleasure, Dave, as always.
It's all right, Wendy. You don't need to. We had to explain for everybody else that may think the same. So you're all right. We know that you.
It's all right, Wendy.
Yeah,
no,
we know.
no offence taken, darling. Honestly, don't worry about it. It's all good. I'll speak about you afterwards.
Remember the.
No, I'm only joking, Wendy.
Remember, if you can get onto DuckDuck and put in Superhuman Documentary 2020, you should find the same place that's legit, hack and virus free. You'll be surprised where it is. I don't want to say because I don't want it to be taken down, but if you just do as I say and you'll search, you'll find a nice, legit place. You'll be like, it can't be, surely that can't be it. And when you press it, you'll be like, oh, it is. 2-hour documentary given to me by G-Star. Superhuman. Yeah, I'm going to send you a link to watch it, for you to watch in your boredom and that. It keep you occupied. Be right up your street. ESP, quantum connectivity, unified field. So, yeah, we will be back with more vids and more topics and more cutting edge updates and to entertain you shortly. So, yeah, thank you, boys. Thank you all. Thank you, Scribes. Do you want to say out before we go?
Peace out, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't fall for the COVID bullshit, because we all know it's bullshit. Stay strong. Keep the mask off your face. And keep eating your fruit and vegetables if there's any left.
What a poet. What an absolute poet. Oh, wow. Yes, I'm going to say, Kev, you want to say anything, my brother? Bless you, Shadow. Thank you.
I'm going to start calling Shadow
Frodo, yes.
Yeah, because he ended up bringing down one of them, didn't he? Anyway. No, Shadow, you take care of yourself, mate. Keep us posted about what's going on. Where you are. Can't believe it, mate. And, be careful. after yourself. Watch them fuckers, mate. And everybody else, much love. And see you soon.
Yeah, we're all good. Don't worry. Thank you all for your comments, your input, your humour, and I'll make sure I keep in touch with Shadow, and we'll look after one another as we do. It is the way, and yeah, thank you all.
It's the way.
Oh, musical interlude. Thank you, that Kev. I didn't know if she'd fallen or if she was breaking out into
Brief
hom.
one.
Lucky that.
Yes, I much
Just one bar.
Enjoy Tuesday, that was good, that.
Yeah, good to hear from you, Shadow. Thank you all, and stay frosty.
See you, Mike.
Ciao for now. See you, Scribes.
Bye, all.